Sup guys, Dolphin here, and today I'm going to walk you through on how to solve a Sudoku puzzle from start to finish. Before we begin, let's go over on how exactly to solve it. Sudoku is a puzzle of logic, where one must determine where the numbers 1 through 9 go in each row, column, and the mini-grids within the giant grid. No numbers can be duplicate, meaning there can't be two 4s in the same row, two 7s in the same column, two 9s in the same mini-grid, etc. So, without further delay, let us begin with this rather easy puzzle right here. Now, I'm going to start with the top left mini-grid, and I will explain my reasonings on anything that I come up with. Okay. Well, first of all, there's three numbers missing here, and they're 4, 7, and a 3. Now, we got to figure out where they go. Here, we have a 7 in this row, so we already know, given the rules that I stated earlier, you can't have duplicates. So that rules out here and here for a 7, meaning a 7 would have to go here. Now, the remaining two numbers are a 3 and a 4. Looking at this column down here, we know there's a 4. That would state that the 4 would end up going over here in the corner, and a 3 would lastly go here. Now, to make sure it's correct, we don't have any duplicates in any of the rows, columns, and the mini-grids. A mini-grid consists of the 9 squares right here. Alright, let's move on to the next mini-grid right next to it. Alright, looking at this, I see a 4 would have to go here. Now, reason B is these two columns have 4s right now, and this row has a 4 as well as this one. So the only possible square left would be right here. Okay. Let's see. A 1 can't go here or here, but here and here. Right now, we can't determine it yet. And in a situation like this, you can do what I'd like to call pencil marks. Is where you make a mark, where if it's a 1, you put a little 1 here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, and it helps you determine, especially on the more difficult puzzles, what numbers go where. So I'm going to mark this as a 1 and a 1. Okay? The next number here, let's look at a 5. See that there's a 5 already in that row, so it can't be there or there, as there's also 1 in that column. 5 can't go here, so this is the only place a 5 can go. So we just mark that as a 5 right there. Okay, the next number missing is a 6. There's a 6 in that column here, so it can't be there. 6 in that row here, so it can't be there. That would mean right here. Now, when a situation like this happens, when you had pencil marks of another number, and there's only one other place that number can go, that would automatically make this a 1, because that 1 can't go anywhere else in the puzzle. By order of deductions here. Now, there's one remaining number. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's the only one left. You can't have duplicates, and there has to be numbers 1 through 9 in each mini-grid. So that's the only possible number is a 9. Now, this row here, only one number remains, so let's go ahead and solve that. We know it's not a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, or 9, so the only reasonable one left is 7. Alright, let's see if we can determine what the other three numbers are. There's a 2 missing, and well, that's very easy, because right here next to it, there's a 2 in the row, so you can determine that very easily. Or if you went deducted, because it was the only remaining number in that row up here, you'd come up with a 2. Now the remaining numbers are a 3 and a 9. And right now, I don't see where you can determine either one. So what we're going to do here is pencil it. 3 and 9. Okay, let's move on elsewhere, and we're going to have to come back to that because we need more information. Alright, let's try this middle mini grid. So the numbers here missing is a 3, 9, and an 8. So let's see what we can come up with. Now, here's another tactic that would help. Let's look at this square right here, okay? Let's try to determine what number could go here without, using the usual methods we've done. So, 1 can't go here, it's in the same mini grid, same with the 2. 3's in the same row, so it can't be 3, as with 4, and 5, and 6, and 7. 8's also in the same row. The only thing now left is a 9. So, that's the only possible number, is a 9. Now the 3 and 8, 3 going here, and 8 going here, because, well, there's a 3 in this column, so you can't have a 3 here if there's one there. Okay, let's move on to this one. There's a 2 missing, there's a 7, 8, and a 9 missing, so let's determine where they're at. Let's look at 7. 7 can't go in these two. 7 can't go here because of that one there. So that would mean this is a 7. Okay, so yeah, 2, 8, and 9. There's an 8 there, so it can't be there. And there's an 8 over in this row over here, so it cannot be here. 8 has to go here. There we go. Okay, and there's a 2 in this row here, so we can't have a 2 there. That would mean 2 is going here, and a 9 goes here. And since the 9 isn't in either of these 2 columns, we can't determine this yet for the 9. As well as the 3 is also in the middle column, so we're going to have to still come back to that later. Alright, let's move over here. We're missing a 1, 3, 5, and 6. Alright, well, this one's going to be very easy because 1 is the only number in this row that's completely missing, so it's got to be a 1. Next, we have 3, also in this row. It's the only number left, so that has to be a 3. 5 and 6 determines by this 5 in this column. This can't be a 5, so that has to be a 6, and this is a 5. Alright, bottom left mini grid. There's a 9, 6, and a 3 missing. This column here already has a 9 and a 6, and the only number missing is a 3. So you can deduct that by counting 1 to 9 here, or determining what's left, because 9 and 6 can't go there. Right, let's see. So 9 and 6. 9 has to go here. The reason being, 6 is already in that column. So that would mean this is a 6. Plus 9 is also in that column. I can double check that. Alright, we're moving right along on this. Okay, let's see. Well, this is a 1, because these 2 columns both contain a 1. So it marks that down, and that row also has a 1. Okay, we're missing 9, 2, and a 6. Well, 6 is in this column here, so it could be a 2 or a 9 right here. Question is what? So what we got here, we can pencil mark it. 2, 9. Okay. Well, the only number in this column is 6. Well, the only one missing in that column is a 6. So that's got to be 6. And since there's 2 numbers left here, and it's 2 and a 9, We can't determine which one's which because there's no 2 or 9 in this row to help deduct what goes here. So once again, we're going to go ahead and pencil this. 2 and a 9. Alright, let's look at the last mini grid over here and we'll come back to determine those other 2 mini grids, what's left of them. Let's start out with number 1. There's a 1 in this column here, is with this column here, 1 in this row here, and 1 in that row there. This means 1 has to go here because that's the only place left. So here we go. Now let's look at 2. There's a 2 in that column there already, as well as the 1 up here. And 2 here in this row, right here. But we have yet to determine which one 2 goes. So we could pencil that. Is it 2? Right there. Now, wherever the 2 goes in one of these, it'll have to be the opposite in the other one. Because you can't have duplicates. Okay, let's go with number 3. There's a 3 in this column, so you can't have 3s here, that row, and that row. And, well, we're coming up with the same issue up here. 3 could either go here or here. So, let's pencil that, shall we? 3 right there, and right there. Alrighty, 4s, I see there's 2 columns right here that contains 4s, and a 4 here and a 4 here. This means this right here is a 4. So this cancels out this pencil mark of a 3 and means 3 goes here. Whoops. Sloppy 3 there. I apologize. And this marks off that way up there, which marks off all of these. This is a 9 because now we know the other one is a 3. And 9, we can use that to help determine down here what goes here or here. And right now we don't know whether it's here or here just yet. So let's go pencil that in, shall we? 9 and a 9. Okay, now let's look for a 5. There's a 5 and a 5 in both of these columns here, and the only number left in this column is a 5. So it's got to be it. And counting 1 to 9 up there, you can tell that it's 5. Alright, let's look for a 6. There's no 6 in this column at all. And as well as here. So, I mean there is a 6 in this column and a 6 in that row. So that's the only place left for it. Now let's go to a number 8. 8 in this column up here. So by deducting this, 8 goes here. And there we are. Well, ladies and gentlemen, looks like in this puzzle is 2 different possibilities for a solution. And you see why. When you come up with a situation like this, and this does happen in certain puzzles, not too often, but this does happen where you end up with the last 4 numbers like this, where it could be either or. In this case, 2 or a 9. And by double checking, sometimes this can happen by having errors in the puzzle. So by double checking, let's see, 5, 6, 7, it is determined that there is no errors that I'm coming up with. So for this illustration, we're just going to go ahead and pick one, okay? Let's have a 2 right here, 9 here, 2 there, and a 9 there. Alright, and then that's it, ladies and gentlemen. A completed Sudoku puzzle from start to finish. Hopefully this helps you with solving easy and perhaps some of the more complex puzzles out there. Feel free to like and subscribe if you want to, it's up to you. I do not know what I'll be doing for future videos on this channel, so any support will be greatly appreciated if I do get going and do something. Also, be sure to check out videos from others if you would like to further your expertise in the awesome arts of learning Sudoku. Thank you for watching, and do take care.